All right, I want to get started on this webinar on Mirrix PDF-on-Demand, and welcome everyone to this introduction to the new component in the Mirrix family of products that we are launching now from unit of measure. We launched Mirrix DAM last year, where we built STEP on top of, we built Mirrix as a digital asset management feature on top of the STEP platform. And what we are doing now is to add a PDF-on-Demand component on top of that, where we are going to, where we facilitate the production of PDFs from STEP using input from the user, but also combining it with data, both from the user's input and data from STEP. We are doing that by leveraging the automatic PDF creation that is already there in the STEP platform. So basically, we are building this, both the Mirrix digital asset management solution and the PDF-on-Demand on top of existing Stibo or STEP components. So the Mirrix PDF-on-Demand is basically a PDF tailoring layer for the STEP platform. It's one of the main use cases is to look at it as a portal where you can send your business users to go and generate PDFs for themselves using branded templates, fetch approved content from STEP, but with the freedom to add their personalized touch. It's integrated into the Mirrix DAM solution, but it can be licensed separately. And as mentioned, it is built on top of the STEP Publisher and Adobe InDesign server. So some of the example use cases could be things like customer-specific pricing or price lists. It could be product promotions with local or personalized content. It could be quotes that your sales team are putting together, pulling the latest product data, combined with custom commercial details and their own recommendations for the customer's project. You could also use QR codes that are dynamically generated that traces each PDF back to the customer for promotions or other types of material. We also integrate with DocuSign, which means that you can integrate this with documents that require digital signatures. This could be quotes, agreements, but maybe also declarations that you produce in your organization. But it could also be used for more, you can say, other general kinds of content like gift cards, event material, business cards, and much more. Okay, but enough of the slides. Let's jump into a live demo. What we are talking about today is the PDF-on-Demand, and when you log in as a user, what you see is this this portal where you have a number of templates that have been prepared by your organization, maybe by your team or someone in your organization that have defined a set of templates that you are able to work with or use as a user. So there can be any number of templates that you have made available. We're going to go through a few of them in this call here. Let's start by having just the most basic example, which is like a basic data sheet. So I will select the template, and then what I see as a user is a preview of what the finished PDF could look like, with an example product. And then I just have a few things that I can select here as a user in this specific template. All templates may or may not have various different features turned on. But that's something that is controlled by the person who is setting up the template. So let me search for one of my products here, the automechanic teddy bear. I might also want to email this to myself or to someone else. So I'll enter my email address. This is just this is an optional feature. You can turn this option on and off, whether you want to offer this for users. And then in this template also, I can select which language I want this data sheet to be created in. So I'll say I'll take English and German. So now I have sent the request to you can say to STEP, I'll be notified when the PDF is ready. So there is this overview page that is providing me with the overview also of my historic PDF jobs. And once the PDF is ready, I can go in here and see now. As you might remember, I asked for both the English and the German version. So you can see I have the automechanic teddy bear here in English, and I also have the German version here. So this first example is then illustrating you can say the basic features, and you can say it's very similar to what you can do already in the web UI. You can go to a product and you can order a preview, a PDF. In this case, you have a couple of extra features with the email delivery and so on, but in this case, there's not much custom about this specific use case. But still, it might be useful to have, to allow the people in your organization this this option for generating PDFs directly from the latest approved STEP data. So let's try to move on to another template. In this case, you can see there are some additional fields available here. In my preview, you can see, well, this is about a local competition. So in this case, I'm a store manager of a Bambino Toys toy store, and I want to do a giveaway of some products that maybe we have overstocked, or whatever, for whatever reason we want to give some products away or do a competition. Well, let's try to find a product here. So let's take the astronaut teddy bear. So what we set up for this template is that we can select a store. Now, we have set up already, we have some stored data in STEP, so we have just prepared that, or make that data available in the front end. Maybe we have a campaign tool that keeps track of where the URL from the QR code is taking us. So we want to make sure we get the right campaign code. Of course, this could be anything. This is just an example. And then maybe we also want to add a custom input here in terms of when the competition is valid until. So in this case, we don't have a lot of, you could say, free text in our PDF, but we are combining a lot of parameters that are very specific and localized for our store. You know, we defined, okay, which product did we want to import here, and what are the different parameters that are custom to this specific store. Let's jump to our requests and see what that looks like. Okay, so this was our astronaut, and we can see here that, well, the date that we entered here has been entered. We can also see that the store address, we selected Bambino Toys Coventry, and it has fetched the address of that store. We can also see there was this campaign ID that we added here just for internal referencing. And if you scan the QR code, let's just grab that here. I should be able to see that here. Yeah, so what you see here is the Bambino Toys, our fake company and fake website. You cannot buy anything here, but just to show our integrations and to show how this works. But you can see the QR code that it resolved to was taking us to the website address, and then some kind of token. So just to illustrate that the QR code has embedded these parameters that we that we defined in our template creation. All right, let's move on. Let's take another example. Now we want to create a like a poster, maybe an in-store poster, maybe a flyer or something where we don't just want to go with the content that's in STEP. We want to create something more, maybe advertisement-like content or copy. Let's take another teddy bear here. So we'll go with the doctor teddy bear. So what you'll see here is now there's a headline, there's a sub-headline, there's a sales price. So I can type anything I want here. But if I don't feel super creative, I can also click the AI button. This is something I can turn on and off. So, when you build the kind of the front-end template, you decide whether the field should be AI assisted, and you can write your own prompt to give direction to what kind of text, how long it should be, and so on. But the text will also, take the context of the product and try to create a suggested text. If I don't like this one, well, I can click it again and it will generate a new suggestion. And of course, I can edit this text and can also try another sub-headline. And we can enter a price. Let's go with $14.99. So you can see the previews that we have here. Also, I have, we've added a little help to the user by saying, okay, so this is the headline that you see here. This is the sub-headline, and this is the price. Just in case that you have multiple areas of customization that you want to that the user needs to navigate. So it could be helpful for him to see where do they actually land on the page. So let's have a look at what that looked like. Okay, so we have a poster here for the Mr. Cuddles Dr. Teddy Bear with our AI suggested prices, but it's not too bad. So that was you could say incorporating the full custom texts combined, of course, with the STEP content. So I think one of the more you can say popular or mainstream use cases, I think is going to be to create price lists that are custom. You know, this is something that is not super easy in STEP unless you have some of the, you know, the fully fledged catalog automation tools that the Stibo offers. But if you just want something that is relatively simple, something looking like this, with a few products where you want to add products, or you want to add your own product, your own prices or other custom input, that can be achieved with a template like this one. Let me add a few products here. Astronaut, a few products here. So we have the astronaut. Let's take the auto mechanic. And we have the doctor also. Let's take the football player and karate and pirate. Let's take the pirate also. So you see, what I have prepared now is multiple products that I want to go into the same PDF. I want it to be looking like almost a small catalog page, but I want to be able to add my own pricing. So I can just type prices here. So let's try to mix it up a little bit with different prices, make them cheaper as we go. So, oh yeah, sorry, I should have also entered the valid dates. I want to make it valid from today, and I want to make it valid from until the end of the month. So let's create it again. This type of template allows you to create multiple products. Yeah, we can start by looking at this one. It's probably the one without the date. Yeah, okay. So it is showing. So let's take this one. Okay, so here we got the one with the dates. So you can see that the dates are up here. And our different products have come in with the different prices that we added. And it's pulling on, the rest of, apart from the pricing, everything else is from STEP. But of course, you could have added other custom details if you wanted to. But all in all, you could have, you have your custom price list that you can give to your customer with prices that has been, maybe negotiated especially for him. But what we could also do now that we want, multiple products to be in the same PDF, we could also say, well, why don't we just import this data? Finding the products here and adding them to the list. That if you have a lot of products, of course, that could take some time. So what would be useful was if we could import the products and the custom data. So what we can do here is we can download a sample. I can just open here, show you what it looks like when Excel opens. Just a second. right? So the template that I downloaded is super simple. It just wants the step ID. It could also be another unique identifier for a product in STEP, but in this case we have the step ID, and then the price. It automatically adapts to, okay, which custom fields do we have on the product level that that are needed in our PDFs. So I'll remove these, and then I have prepared some products already. I did an export from STEP and said, okay, I'd like to create a price list with these products. I added a custom price. So the first two columns are from STEP. The last one is something I prepared in Excel. So I will just save this one here. And import it. So let me just put that in the folder. And then let's try to do a mass upload here. So when we upload, we can validate our Excel file. It tells us that we have selected 24 products. It checks whether the records are already existing in STEP. It will then ask me here to tell me, to provide the valid dates or any other document level fields that are needed, any headline or whatever it might be. And then we generate the PDFs. Now, in this specific template, it will generate, as you mentioned, or as you saw, there are 24 products, but and only 6 fits in the page. In this case, it will generate one PDF for every 6 products, and so it will produce multiple PDFs, because it will say, okay, it only fits 6 products on this page. Let's have a look. So because multiple products were created, it has zipped the files. So yeah, I will just open up the PDFs here. So it opens up in Acrobat. So here we can see the pages that we have created based on our upload. So of course, from here I could, if I wanted to put these together in one PDF, of course I could just do that very easily in Acrobat, for instance, and then work with the files if I wanted to do that. But it might also be that we want to create even bigger price lists with even more products, and we also like to keep everything in one file. So for that we have this kind of template, which is kind of, you say, a price list for mass, or for a lot of products. So for that, I'm not going to bother going through the manual steps. I'm just going to go to the mass upload of products. I had prepared already a file with 94 products. So let's see, so 94 products here. In this case, I have created a template where I use other fields. Before we just had the valid from and valid until. Oh, sorry. We have this customer called Mary's Toy Chest. We have a contact name there. We would like to get into the PDF. In this case, maybe we want to have some trade terms that we can select for this and we select the currency. It could be any kind of parameters that we'd like to embed in our quote or price lists that we send to customers. In this case, I'll show how we can also create or use custom logos. I can upload the customer's logo because I've used it before. I will just find it here. There we go. So I want to use the we just select English. So now I have requested the creation of a price list that will span over multiple pages. It's basically just one big table that will flow over however many pages that are needed. So it might take a little bit longer to create, but what you'll notice is that, well, the different details that we have added, like the customer's logo, the contact name, the name of the salesperson, even though we didn't add it, I didn't add it as custom data, but it knows me as a user. It knows my name. I'm using a pseudonym in this case. Let's have a look here. Here it is. So here's the PDF. So you can see we have the customer's logo, the contact name that we added, the customer's name, the account manager. So yeah, I have an alias, Sam Parker, country manager of Bambino Toys. It automatically has added how many products are there, just a calculated attribute. The same with the date of, the date of the price list, and when is it valid until. Of course, we could have added this as a parameter, but in this case, we have just said, okay, just add 10 days to whatever today's date is, and our Incoterms and our currency. And then you can see it's just page after page of different products from our assortment that I have selected for this customer. And of course, we could have added all other kinds of things. Yeah, and the final thing I just wanted to show you is that, of course, you could also use the Mirrix PDF-on-Demand for other things that are not necessarily using content in STEP. It could be a business card, right? So if we said that I'm Sam Parker and I'm account manager with a telephone number here and with an email address, I could create, I don't know, it could be business cards, it could be gift cards, it could be all kinds of PDF outputs. Maybe it's going to be printed, maybe it's not, but you could use this as a portal for creating all kinds of template-based materials. It could be event material for the next conference, name badges, and so on and so forth. Whether you combine it with content from STEP or just your own input, or maybe upload a list, you can very easily create that kind of PDFs, and we could just have a look at the business cards for Sam Parker. All right. So yeah, let me wrap up. And put this back in presentation mode. Okay, so to conclude, what Mirrix PDF-on-Demand brings is tailored PDFs from approved STEP product data, right, on demand. It can function as a self-service portal for business users, for sales, marketing, partners, dealers. You can trigger the PDFs, whether you want to do it, manually, like we've done today, or with the bulk Excel upload. You could also trigger this with an API integration from your CMS system or other system, or other triggers, maybe in STEP, that should trigger some custom PDFs for whatever purpose. And the thing is that all the personalized data, we don't mix that up with the STEP data. We keep master data where it belongs. It's inside a governed place in STEP. The personalized data, it's still, that's considered as something that exists for the moment, and not it's there to produce that one PDF. That being said, we do soon support that you can reuse your jobs, but the personalized data is still living in its own area, and of course, based on your retention policy, it might get wiped out on a frequent basis. All you need to get started with this is the STEP publisher and STEP, of course, and that, of course, also includes the Adobe InDesign server. Just in case you're curious about, what are the different levels of configuration that it goes into this solution, then it's really you can say a layered solution. You can say that at the bottom you have STEP as the foundation with all your products, and then you have STEP Publisher on top, which is probably serving your current publishing requirements, catalogs, flyers, data sheets, whatever. But then in where Mirrix PDF-on-Demand comes into place is that you as an admin create these front-end templates where you say, okay, we point at a template that has been created in InDesign and linked to a publication in STEP, and we then reference that from this front end, and we tailor or you tailor a front end template to the user. Okay, which fields should be there? Should there be any custom images? Which contexts should be exposed? A few of these different configuration topics that you can turn on and off, so that the template for the user's perspective is as simple and relevant as possible. There are no fields that are not needed for the relevant template. You only expose the fields that are needed and for each template use case. If you would like to learn more about this, have a more in-depth conversation with me about your specific requirements, then you could go to calendly.com/martin-unit of measure. We also have a landing page for PDF on demand, getmirrix.com/PDF-on-demand, or you can simply send me an email, martin@unitofmeasure.com, and I would look forward to talk to you, and hope you got something out of today's webinar. So with that, I will say thank you very much, and hope to be in touch soon.